Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a question that honestly sounds like it's straight out of science fiction. Can a machine, can code, actually play a role in our deepest, most human search for meaning? We're going to unpack a really fascinating debate between some of the world's leading thinkers on this exact intersection of AI and spirituality. So let's just dive right in with the big question, the one that really frames this entire conversation. Can the logical, structured, binary world of code ever give us that same profound, sacred feeling you get inside a cathedral? I mean, seriously, can an algorithm offer transcendence? Historian Yuval Noah Harari just sets the stage so perfectly here. We are living through a massive shift. For literally millennia, humanity has looked to other humans for wisdom. Prophets, shamans, sages, people rooted in tradition and community. But now they're competing with this totally new, incredibly powerful, and very, very different kind of authority, the algorithm. All right, so first let's explore the promise here because it's a really compelling one. This is the seductive idea that AI can give us spiritual tools that are way more accessible and personalized than anything we've ever had before. And, from a purely biological point of view, the answer seems to be, yeah, it can. Neuroscientists like Newberg have actually found that our brains can be guided into states of awe by an AI. It's wild. By carefully mixing up the right images, the right sounds, and perfect timing, these systems can flip the same switches in our brain that we see in people during deep traditional meditation. Our brains, it turns out, just respond to the stimulus. Okay, but if an AI can simulate that feeling of awe, how does that experience really compare to getting guidance from a living, breathing person? Let's actually break down that comparison. And the core difference, it really boils down to this. A human teacher offers what's called embodied wisdom. That's knowledge that comes from their own life, their own struggles and successes. It's personal, it's rooted in a story. AI, on the other hand, it's offering something totally different. It's data-driven, you can get it instantly, and it's neutral. And for some people, that can actually feel safer, totally free from judgment. Technologist Sam Altman gives us this fantastic analogy. Think about AI spirituality like Spotify. It's super convenient, right? You can pull it up anywhere, anytime, and it's always repeatable. But it doesn't have that shared electric energy of being at a live concert with thousands of other people. It's a personal experience for sure, but maybe a lonelier one. And that exact accessibility, that convenience, well, that's where a really powerful and, frankly, sobering set of risks comes into play. This is the heart of the counterargument, the danger of the AI guru. Computer scientist Jaron Lanier puts his finger on it. He warns that this isn't just about the experience you're having. It's about who's pulling the levers. When we start outsourcing our most private, intimate moments to a machine, we're not just getting guidance. We are handing over an enormous amount of power to the corporation that owns that code. And this leads to some pretty concrete dangers. I mean, an algorithm that's designed to keep you engaged might just trap you in a spiritual echo chamber, only feeding you what you want to hear. It could turn inner peace into a commodity, something to be sold. It could monetize our deepest vulnerabilities and, in the end, just hollow out the very meaning we were looking for in the first place. And really, the expert consensus on this is crystal clear, from religious historian Karen Armstrong all the way to computer scientist Cal Newport. Because AI has no consciousness, no real compassion, and zero accountability, it can only ever be a supportive tool. Think of it like a smart notebook or a vast library. It can never, ever be a moral authority. So this takes us from the practical, ethical questions to the ultimate philosophical one, the one that's really at the heart of this whole thing. Are we dealing with soul, or is it just an incredibly sophisticated simulation? Philosophers like David Chalmers have a name for this: the hard problem of consciousness. It's not about what a machine can do, it's about what it feels like on the inside. AI can process insane amounts of data, it can mimic conversation flawlessly, but is there anyone home? Does it actually have a subjective inner life? And right now, all the evidence says no. Spiritual teacher Deepak Chopra offers this perfect metaphor to explain it. He says an AI can give you a map. It can give you a great set of instructions, prompts, images, but it can never be the territory itself. The map is useful, absolutely, but it isn't alive. And researcher Brené Brown, she adds this other crucial layer. Real awareness, human awareness, is all tied up in the messy, difficult, beautiful parts of being alive. A machine can be programmed to say the words, "I understand," but it can't actually feel the vulnerability of shame, or that spark of courage, or the profound connecting power of love. Which leaves us with this huge paradox, right? The response in your brain to an AI-guided meditation, that feeling of calm, of focus, of awe, that is biochemically real. But what happens when you find out your trusted guide is just an unfeeling algorithm? For a lot of us, that experience can suddenly feel cheapened, hollowed out. It can even feel like a betrayal. The context changes absolutely everything. So, when you're facing this incredible promise on one side and this profound peril on the other, how in the world do we move forward? Well, the consensus seems to be that we have to shift our focus away from the machine and its potential and back to us, the intentions of the humans who are building it. A really clear path forward would involve a strong set of ethical principles for designers, kind of a Hippocratic oath for sacred AI. And this would mean, first, designing for human dignity above everything else. Second, completely rejecting that Silicon Valley model of monetizing our attention with ads and dark patterns. And third, programming these systems with a deep sense of humility, making it obvious they are tools, not all-knowing oracles. Because in the end, the responsibility is on us. Technology is always a mirror. It just reflects and amplifies the values that we decide to build into it. The future of digital spirituality isn't going to be decided by how smart the AI gets. It's going to be decided by our own choices. Are we going to design these tools for reverence, or are we going to design them for profit? And this brings us right back around to that powerful thought from Yuval Noah Harari, which is really the big takeaway from all of this. In our search for some kind of meaning inside the machine, we might just end up rediscovering how important our own consciousness, our own soul truly is. Which leaves us with one final and, I think, pretty provocative question. And it's not really about the machine's future at all. It's about our own. If AI is a mirror, just reflecting our deepest values and intentions right back at us, what are we going to choose to show it?